Alright, this is trade cap number whatever. I forget already. This is week of October 5th to October 11th. Disclaimer, these videos are boring and I know that. This is for my own personal enjoyment, to keep up with consistency, keep up with this channel, and for whoever else the fuck really wants to watch this. At some point, yes, these will be, I don't even know better, because it's really just me talking about what I traded and how I traded, why I traded it. So, who knows? But, let's get into it. This was the first two combine. Just got it on Sunday, and we are up 270. As you can see, only a 50% win rate, average win to loss, 2 to 1 ratio basically. Tuesday, we lost 200, and then Wednesday, we won 400, so 2 to 1 ratio right now. Let's get into the actual setups. Technically, I took it on the 6th before Asia closed, but I mean, before Asia rallied or rolled over to, yeah. Anyways, so the reason we entered this trade and the reason we lost, I took this on micros, not because I wasn't confident in setup, and that should have been already red flag number 1 of why I shouldn't have touched this. But I touched it anyways, okay? Let's start with why on the first two trades, right? So, trade number 1 that we missed out on was a 7-ish o'clock reversal. We're focusing on the fact that we spiked up after... No, we started to spike down at right before 7 o'clock. But I was like, alright, I'm not taking sells off this. I'm still looking to buy. So I draw out the fib of this small area, of this small swing here. And I see that green level's down here. This little swing, not this whole swing I have marked here, this little swing. And it really just rejected off of the 0.65 and the 0.618 level before reversing up. I was like a few ticks away from being tapped in. I was only aiming for the first high, and then I'm pretty sure I had 2 cons in this at the time, and then would have aimed for the new all-time high. And then, but sadly we didn't get tapped in. Second trade was for 8 o'clock Asia open reversal. We started to trickle down right at 7:45, and we have, this was for 8 o'clock reversal. As you can see, we drew up a fib from the 710 low to the 745 high, and the confluence we had was the fact that it was no. I placed my limit order there before, like as price was inching down. I didn't have it there set beforehand. I was seeing where price was going, so this was probably a few minutes before, like probably 2 minutes before 8 o'clock. And I was expecting price to come down a little bit more and then shoot up, because these are my main reversal areas. But since price was so close up to here, I had my limit order here. It's also lined up with 0.382 level, and then my stop below the low. And this is only a, alright, no, because I don't take a $400 loss, especially if I had 2 cons in. I was not going to be taking $400 loss. That was only 270, so would have had about a 270 loss, or 500 if I had 2 cons. I don't remember at the time. And as we expected, price ran up. I had it here because of 0.382 level and the 0.18 level as well, and there was a 5-minute fair value gap here. And after that, I typically do not like to trade after like 9:30. Most of my good setups happen before 8 o'clock Asia open. Now I will take a 9:30 reversal if the setup is min, if the opportunity presents itself. But for some reason, I was like, let's take a trade. It's not that I had FOMO or anything, but I was expecting more bullish movement, and my confluence was the fact that we created a new structure to the upside, and then sweep the structure internally, and then hit the 5-minute OB down here. So the confluence we're entering this trade was the DR range, was right here, this low to this high, and gold level presented itself. I'm like, all right. And also, so from this 5 minutes higher time frame, 5 minute swing, I have green level here and the DR range of 1.375 level lined up with it, like close to it, right? And so I entered off this on 9 o'clock. That I didn't enter here. I didn't enter here because it wasn't close enough to 9 o'clock. So then I entered here, and then price just absolutely, as you can see, raped me. That shit went straight down, probably 28-second trade right there. I'm not even gonna lie. And I was being hasty. For some reason I entered a setup that I never used the 1.375 level, dude. Never. But for some ungodly reason, since a higher time frame swing of 0.786 level lined up, I just had to. So that was where my downfall was. I decided to trade after I already said I was done trading, and yeah, but there were crappy confluences in my opinion when I look back at it. The second trade was the very next day, and we went for a long. We originally missed longs at some point here. We're looking to get in longs here. So the reason we entered this trade. Now, I also don't like trading at 7:30. So mains are 6:30. No, actually, I do like trading 6:30, 7 into 7:30. 7 o'clock's all right. I'll take a trade if an opportunity presents itself, but my best setups happen at 6:30 to 7:30. Sometimes 8 o'clock if the confluence are there. But the reason I took this trade was because the confluences seem to have been may have be small or not the most crucial, but the 7:30 reversal is what I was confident in. The 0.786 level lined up with the 1 minute OB, and the 5 minute fair value gap that was at the bottom of the swing rejected was already used, so there was no higher interest to the downside that I would have been interested in. The only next one I would have been interested in was down here, or time frame wise, but since we're in scalping, I was expecting bullish movement to the upside before we came back down. So that being said, we took that trade because of a 1 minute OB, which is right here. There was no fair value gaps for me to reference off of. Dude, just keep driving by my house. There's no other 1 minute. There's no 5 minute or 1 minute fair value gaps to reject off of. Don't mind the 0.5 level. That's because of the higher time frame swing. And yeah, since we were so close to 7:30, it was probably like a few minutes. I hesitated actually. That's why I'm in on this one instead of this one, because I hesitated and didn't put it in 5 minutes beforehand. But we still got tapped in, and I was aiming for here at first, but then I was like, wait, if we don't hit this before 8 o'clock, I'll move it up more. And I was planning on trailing my stop loss. I probably would have gotten stopped out like here at this low, but yeah, I would have been trailing my stop loss because Asia would have wanted to take off being so close to all-time highs, and if it didn't, my stop loss is right there, so I wasn't really losing anything if I did decide to move up my TP. But I wasn't paying attention. I was doing something on my other monitor, and I had a green level at first, and then before I knew it, boom, shit just struck. So, but either way, $400, $466, and then the other trade was a $200 loss. We are up $270 for the week. But yeah, here's the stats. You already saw them. Quick and easy recap, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching.